How's it going, guys? Back with another stream. Quick ask for everyone who's watching this video on YouTube. I'd like some feedback in terms of what you guys would think would be an improvement and make it easier to view for you guys. So, like, if there's any suggestion you guys have for all the YouTube videos I've been posting, just comment in the comment section, please. Anything that you think would be nice. Like, do you think like timestamps would be nice? Do you think cutting the time between the matches of the stream? Do you think that's worth it? Anything like that, or like, do you like a deck tech in the beginning, or the changes they made since the last stream? Like anything like that. Any random suggestions you think you would like to see that you guys watch on YouTube? Let me know, and I can accommodate because I feel like I literally just post the raw video of the stream just on YouTube from Twitch without any editing. And if there's any editing that you think would be valuable that could be added, just let me know and I can do it. But that just means that it'll be posted later because obviously it takes time to process it. If I needed to make cuts or trims and then have to resave it, and my computer is kind of slow for that kind of stuff, so there might be like a couple day lag time. That's kind of like the trade-off if you want more specific cuts, because I know like stuff like Grimflare and like other streamers, they like cut the videos and they put a lot more hours into it. But that those hours also means more time and less. Like I like posting my YouTube videos right away, so like that content's out there as soon as possible. So just any kind of feedback that just let me know and I can kind of accommodate. Mr. Jurassic Park, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in again. I really appreciate it. Um, Hope everything's going good for you. I saw your Discord post about the Putrid Leech edition over the Tormgoyf. I'm glad that's working out for you. So kind of resuming where we left off. I think I made this change on my last stream where I just had 2 Fulminators instead of the Celestial Purge. And I cut a second Veil of Summer. I felt like Veil of Summer is like the more I play with it, the more I kind of like just 1 copy in the sideboard. I feel like 2 is kind of a lot because drawing multiple just feels kind of awkward of this kind of card, where it's very, 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 very reactive. And in these kind of blue soup decks like Uro, Control, like it's kind of nice that you have Veil of Summer because you want to be, it's just inherent card advantage. You like counter the Cryptic and draw a card, so you just trade 2 for 1, and that's very valuable in that kind of matchup. But it doesn't line up with our game plan where we want to be super aggressive against those kind of like Team of Reclamation, Bant Uro, those kind of piles. So it's awkward. So, but that being said, I think it's still such a powerful card that I think it's still worth running 1. And that being said, that just makes room for more Fulminators, which is kind of awkward, but still is valuable against like the Field of the Dead decks, Tron, Amulet, obviously, blah blah blah. But Amulet's kind of fallen out of favor, so we'll see how it goes. Thank you, I appreciate it. I have a Lily Glyph at home, as you already know, and I may have 2 more Lilies coming. Damn, that's really fast. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you're getting those pieces quick. That's awesome. How's it going, The Last God? Hope you're having a decent day as well. I'm glad everyone's kind of tuning in right at the beginning. Usually I do a little deck tech or kind of where we left off, changes I made, and it's usually kind of lonely. It's nice having people join in right away. It's kind of awesome. So I really appreciate everyone for tuning in as always. So hopefully we can continue this ride of doing well with this deck. Knock on wood. I know I'm going to be... this deck has been treating me very well. I'll be going 3-2 and 4-1 consistently. Like literally, I haven't not cashed a league yet. Knock on wood, really hard. So hopefully we can continue the momentum. Hey man, what's the deck tonight? It is Abzan Lurrus Blade. Connor, man. Hopefully, I don't know if you're new to my channel, but I've been streaming this specific deck a lot. It's pretty much black-green rock with Lurrus rock with a splashing white for literally just Stoneforge Mystic. But then there's more white in the sideboard, and I've kind of added a little bit more white in the main board. I have Path to Exile, just a 1 of. This hand is awkward. Definitely have a 2 pair, so this would be a good poker hand. Opponent said good luck in the chat. Thank you, YouTube. I'm going to keep this. It's really interactive. 2 discard spells is D's. So we'll see how it goes. So thank you so much for welcoming me as a family and helping me out. I have a feeling I'm going to be I hope so. I hope so. I mean, that's all I can really hope for. And anytime you need help with anything Abzan related, I am more than happy to help you. That's kind of awkward because I don't really know what we have in hand, because I feel like the biggest payoff is just take the spell snare. So if we top deck a Glory for like good or a Stoneforge Mystic, I think I might just take that, because like Aether Gust, if I draw a Stoneforge Mystic like or Lurrus or whatever, it doesn't do anything, so I'll just take the spell snare. Go from there. Spice, yeah, you get access to spice. Yeah, I mean, Gaddock Tea has been really, really good. And like people always ask like, what's the favorite for Abzan, and I'm pretty honest about it. Like, Abzan is just not as good as Jund or Bant or all these other mineral decks. Like, I just concede it. That being said, it's also just really fun, and I'm like known as the Abzan guy, so I'm just forcing it. It's kind of like Nikachu, who just forces Merfolk. Like, it's his favorite deck, right? So he's gonna play Merfolk no matter what. It's kind of the same deal here. Main deck Gust, I think Lily Adel was the one that actually kind of innovated it. So he's kind of main deck Aether Gust as kind of a meta call, and it seems pretty decent, to be honest. I think I'm just gonna take the Supreme Verdict here. It's the most inherent 2-for-1, and then just pass the turn. I could also just wait on the Thoughtseize, but I don't want to, because if I drew like a Tormwave the following turn, I would rather have lead on it. But then if I draw Liliana, I'd rather just play it, and Liliana just fights through Aether Gust anyway, which is why. That's bad news. Yeah, I mean, is Aether Gust really that bad for burn? Just because I feel like you don't lose that much tempo. I guess if it gets topped, then you just lose a draw step. But then at least you know if it's like you have a burn spell on top, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm just underthinking it. This is awful. I guess I just play this Booming Marsh and pass. I just have nothing going on, and they're just gonna play an Uro. That's awkward. It's gonna get burn better than whatever else it would normally be. That's fair. That's fair. I feel like against burn is like, is it worse? Is it better than like something like Mana Leak, where like against burn I feel like Mana Leak always does something, I guess. I don't know. Blitz to work in the meta, which I think is fine. I'd rather have Blitz or is it Prowess be the top deck, because I feel like it's not anything inherently broken. This is going to be decent, because I can play Stoneforge Mystic and then be like, hey, you want to bounce my Stoneforge Mystic with your Teferi? I'm going to get a Sword of Fire and Ice. I could also just get a Batterskull. I think I like getting Batterskull here, because that way it forces them to like we have the mana to hardcast it anyway, so yeah, I think it's like one of those things where like it's a card that it's a deck that is nice to have on top, because it doesn't do nothing too inherently broken, versus something like Is It Phoenix, where like that deck was just beyond broken. So I'm kind of like, I'll take that as the best deck, if that makes sense. So I'm kind of debating if I should hard cast this sword. I'm going to fetch it this Stoneforge, assuming this resolves. I'm going to play this just in case they do have Mana Leak. I was playing Arag when Phoenix was used. That was the most fun I ever had in Magic. But the thing about Phoenix, though, is they have some pretty nutty draws. And the thing about Is It Phoenix is there's nothing really nutty about that deck, which is what I like about it. Like, it's not too... Like I said, it's like not... Like, what's the most broken draw that they have? Is like... It's nothing too inherently scary. And that's what I'd argue. Which is fine. This is exactly what I kind of want from the best deck. So here I'm kind of baiting into a Mana Leak, but I feel like I'd rather have this trade-off where, like, if they do hardcast this Uro, I can just equip this attack through. I can also trophy. Like, this has the highest ceiling. Do they not have Mystic Sanctuary? It's interesting. I guess they want to get Uro online. That makes sense. Yep, sure. Sure. So I kind of don't want to play into a path. They have Field of the Dead. I guess I should have gotten the other sword. That's a misplay. I should have gotten the other sword. I guess I have to just trophy these Uro now. I shouldn't have played the land first, because if we needed a trophy too, like a second time, I think we have the Aether Gust too. That's just a punt. That's a punt. I'm playing too fast. I should have not trophied. Thanks. I really appreciate it for you dropping by, man. Take it easy. I'm gonna bottom it. That was a big misplay here, playing the Blooming Marsh. That's so annoying. Because we could have equipped this this Stoneforge Mystic and played the Battle Skull, but now we just kind of priced to just play the Battle Skull. That's annoying. I do that the Aether Gust too. I just played this without even thinking about what my turn's going to be. It's fine. I mean, they also get like a jillion zombies, which isn't good for us anyway. But at least this way, we can... Oh my god, I'm just gonna concede here. You can't beat this board state now. Uro is such a pain. Kazgal, Ashok seems pretty good. Some Spell Bombs. I don't know if I want Gaddock. It only really stops to command. I guess it also stops Supreme Verdict too. You just cut all the removal here. We just didn't present a threat early on, and I think that just really cost us. We had all that interaction, but like that interaction is kind of whatever when they just presented the first threat anyway, and you couldn't really deal with it. If I had played correctly, I could have trophied it, and I wouldn't have conceded at that point because we just have a bunch of zombies, but it's hard to say. I think I'm gonna cut the Extringer just because of Teferi. I like him because, like, maybe I like one just because it can break. It can just like attack through all the stupid zombies. So maybe I like one. And then just maybe cut like a Leon or something. I could also see just cutting a trophy too, but I think we just try this first. On the play, I like the Extricers. But this is obviously one of those bad matchups where like they're this hand's fine. We don't have a Black Source, but we have a Bobble Ridge and Extringer with Veils on our backup. I think this is fine. I think this goes back to like, oh, why aren't you just playing Jund or just a better mid-range deck? And like this, like Bant is just a better mid-range deck, which is just unfortunate. Let's see what they're drawing here. Try to maximize our odds of getting a Black Source on turn 2, so we can discard and hold a Veil. There you go. Easy peasy. Safe to attack first. Believe in Abzan. I'm sure you can win every game. I hope so. I hope so. And that being said, it's not like this deck has been like I for people who've just been watching, like it's not like I've been doing bad with the deck either, so it's like can't complain too much. I'm gonna fetch shock. I did play Stoneforge Mystic. Wow, their hand is absolute garbage. What the hell? Okay, well, I can't believe they kept that hand. Like, why would they do this to themselves? That's interesting. Reading Pool. Okay. Hopefully they didn't draw Spell Snare. Well, even if they did, I guess we can hold up Veil. I'm gonna hold this Thoughtseize. I don't know. Lingering Souls has just been so anemic for me, and you gotta understand, like I've played Lingering Souls a lot. I'm gonna level this up just to not give information that I have available somewhere, and I think that's more important because if they like Teferi my Hex Shrinker, I really don't care. I can just attack it with Stoneforge Mystic and replay this Hex Shrinker. So I'm just gonna level this up. I think it's just more better. The line has a higher ceiling, and the floor is pretty high too. It's fine. Because I couldn't Veil anyway, so it doesn't matter. Ooh. Okay. So what you're telling me is this Hex Shrinker is unimpeded. So I could Thoughtseize or level up my Hex Shrinker. I think I'm gonna level up my Hex Shrinker. Just get it out of path range. Make them have another Teferi if need be, and if they spend all their mana doing that, like that's fine. I don't care. If Lingering Souls was good, the Mar's in a good spot, but Lingering Souls is just not as good as it once was. Like even against like this matchup where you think Lingering Souls would be really good, it's just outclassed by Field of Dead. Right? Like you don't get to play it on turn 3, but you just play Uro. Uro's just so good. Trip6_KB. Thank you for the follow. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully our opponent keeps ass hands like that again. And then we can win game 3 as well. Okay. His hand is pretty ass. I feel like on the draw, I feel like this is fine. The Bobbler redraw too. We can Bobbler ourselves and then Tumble Garden. Okay, we're gonna Bobble ourselves. See if we want it. You see Veil of Summer. I don't think I want Veil of Summer right now. Shuffle it away. Play a Hex Shrinker and pass the turn. Hope we have more interaction. That's what I want, like a discard spell. Or a Stoneforge Mystic. Stoneforge Mystic's very good. I don't think these decks run Ice Spin Quaddle, and if they do, I don't mind trading this. So then my Stoneforge Mystic resolves. Sweet. Nice Aether Gust, buddy. Get my other sword. Pass turn. Sure. Gotta go Spiral. Get my Uro. I gotta remember to fetch Sword and Feast of Famine in this matchup. I always forget just because they have Field of the Dead. Then you're gonna have Cryptic Command mana up. That's nice. I'm gonna attack first with this Hex Drinker and see what happens. I don't know if I want to sink mana into this Hex Drinker or not, or like it just randomly dies. And then if it doesn't, then I'll just level this up once and then hold up Batter Skull with Stoneforge Mystic and pass on turn. Sure. Believe in the Rhino. I wish I could believe in the Rhino. I have Rhino Spirit all over my stream. It's my follow notification. It is everywhere. That's all I can really do. Blue mana. So no path. Which is very good for us. Thoughtseize. Kind of want to get a sword down, but it's a matter of which one. Unless they have specifically Dismember, which it doesn't matter which line we take, but I kind of want to equip the sword to our Battle Skull, attack our opponent, and then shock the Teferi. I feel like Sword of Feast and Famine is most important, but we need to attack the Teferi, or get the Teferi down, in my opinion. And then we just shock. We also draw a card, which is good too. So Veil of Summer. And Veil of Summer is draw law stock just because of Teferi, so oh no. Okay. So that's actually whatever. Yeah, that's fine. So I guess we're going to Thoughtseize here. And this will kind of dictate what we want to do with our turn. If they have Path, that's fine. We can equip our Stoneforge Mystic. Can't Veil of Summer that. Remand, Our Promise, Shark Typhoon, Veil of Summer. I don't think we care about Veil. Don't really care about Shark Typhoon. Don't care about Remand. Don't care about Our Promise. We're going to want them to tap out for Our Promise. So we don't... How do we lose? They draw Path to Exile. They need to draw Path to Exile. So I think like just taking the Our Promise, this is like the card that really fucks us up if anything goes wrong. Because we're gonna trophy the Teferi, so then they have like extra mana. So yeah, let's just take the Hour. Equip the Stoneforge Mystic. And that way, this way we can see exactly what... Like, an extra card might change our line too. Bobble. That's great. I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, I should have waited. Because I'm going to trophy this anyway. That's just bad sequencing. Bad sequencing. Bad sequencing. I should have bubbled after. Just again, bad sequencing. Trophy's a good draw. I guess not really, because I have Veil of Summer. Cryptic. Equip Sword Veil Pack up for lethal. I mean, I don't understand that. I don't have a... Oh, I wouldn't... The sword is already lethal because of the shock if it gets through. So... I guess I want another forest. I guess I want a plains. Tap, draw. Sure. I guess in response I can play this sword in. Just be more mana efficient that way. And then here, I think oops. I'm gonna play Hex Drinker. I don't have another green source for this Veil of Summer. But is there anything that gets Veil of Summer that I'm scared of? It's not really. I guess I should have leveled this up because it go to 4 and then I just have to pay another 4 to level it up. I think that was a punt. I think I should have leveled this up. Now that I really think about it. Sure. Sweet. One of our bad matchups too. I'll take it. Hex Drinker is a fun threat. Hex Drinker is a great threat. And this is one of the situations where look how good it looks. Like it's late game, our opponent doesn't have any removal in theory. I wonder why they didn't Growth Spiral. I guess I didn't know what the other card in the hand was. But like Hex Drinker is just like having a Progenitus late game is just so powerful. So I don't understand your. I guess so. Connor, man, I don't know if you're still here, but I know you said I should play the sword and attack. But it's like the sword. The reason I didn't do that is the Sophie was lethal already, on top of the Stoneforce Mystic. So I don't want to commit more to my singular threat, because it also just folds to Cryptic Command, which is what they had in hand, and like it's already lethal. Like there's really no point in committing more to that threat. Congrats, thank you. That's a bad matchup too, so I'm pretty happy about that. Pretty stoked. Pretty stoked. Bant Soup. I feel like every Euro deck is just a bad matchup. So just being able to steal one feels pretty good. Feels very, very good. Good. I mean, the play, I have a redraw the bauble. I mean, like, am I foolish to keep this? I'm keeping it. Bobble with the redraw with a fetch land. And I'm just gonna pass a turn like this. So the reason I did this is so I can do this at the end of my opponent's turn, and I know what I want if I want to shuffle away my top of my library or not. I feel like this hand is on the lower quality, but Stoneblade Mystic is such a powerful card too. So it's like this hand can kind of adapt to what our opponent is doing, if that makes sense. Like we can pretty much scry, and then we can Stoneblade Mystic and fetch whatever if we need a protection from color specifically, or if like we need Batterskull against burn. Like I feel like this hand is actually pretty can adapt to what our opponent is doing. Okay. That's a thing. So what you're telling me is I need a Fatal Push. Assassin's Trophy. Guess we want the Assassin's Trophy. Fatal Push, too. Fatal Push is the second card at the top. Lurrus. It's not bad. I mean, I guess we could have played Stoneforge Mystic. I don't know. Feels pretty bad if they have anything. If they don't, okay, I was gonna have like if they don't have a second land, it's like this trophy's even worse. Makes me wish I played my Stoneforge Mystic. Sword of Feast and Famine. I feel like we need to save our trophy for the equipment now. We just like got out tempoed here. So they're gonna play the Stoneforge Mystic, or activate the Stoneforge Mystic, probably equip the champion. I think we just play our Stoneforge Mystic here. And then we can just block this. And if they have like Bolt plus equip, that kind of sucks, but should get a sword. Yep. And I'm just gonna block this. I also see taking it too, but I don't think I want to give them the tempo. So it's like red white Stoneblade. That's kind of cool with this card. 2-drop. I mean, our next turn's pretty good. We can like Lurrus plus Stoneforge Mystic it back. It's like, do I want to give them this untapped trigger? And I think the answer is no. Yeah, the Burrow Stick we don't really see every day. Yeah, exactly. Do I want to trophy this sword, or do I just get this Lurrus online? think I want to just trophy the sword. I don't think I can let them like almost like potentially like triple spell a turn or quadruple spell if they have the curve. Because the following turn we can just Lurrus plus Stoneforge Mystic, and I don't want to like Lurrus get a ball back, and it's kind of like whatever. I think the value of getting a Stoneforge Mystic back with Lurrus is pretty decent. I don't know. This is. I think I was too scared. Like knowing my opponent's deck now, I should have just played the Stoneforge Mystic on 2, and that would have just been so much better. I mean, they enlisted the land drop on turn 3 too, so I really don't want them to. Sure. Yeah. I mean, this Giver is kind of annoying, but like, it's not really protecting anything as of right now, and them attacking with Stoneforge Mystic just obviously means they don't have any more equipment, so like, we're kind of in... And they didn't use extra mana for Trophy, that's awesome. I feel like they played Giver Runes plus Aether Vial, like, what the hell is in their hand? I think it's better just to Lurrus plus... So I could Lurrus plus Stoneforge Mystic, or I also Lurrus get Bubble back. Oh, I shouldn't play the land. I'm not playing too fast for my own good. Because if I brought Bubble back, I would have played my fetch and I could have Scribe Bubbled. Maybe the hand's just full of removal, which is why they're not doing anything. Which in case, like, Lurrus plus Stoneforge Mystic is, like, going Thoughtseize plus Lurrus isn't bad. They didn't, like, do anything, so I think I need to lead with this. And this Thoughtseize also gets a lot worse. So just Duders. Where's Dark Creature? I guess I want to take this Stoneforge Mystic. I don't want them to get another sword. Because if they get a 4th land, they can go Stoneforge Mystic, play a sword, and then I have to block. But then I could also just block with Stoneforge Mystic. So I don't mind just taking Crater Maker here just to protect my Lurrus. I think we're priced in that anyway, just because we're going to spend the whole turn doing this. Flooded Strand, okay. Oh man, I'm not playing this game that great. I'm actually playing really poorly. The only way my saving grace is if I draw a push, but that obviously did not happen. So I get punished. I'm getting punished for every little thing I'm doing. I guess even a Fatal Push that gets protected by Giver Runes. So yeah, so it's just like red-white, like equipment, I guess. Yeah, so they're gonna probably get a sword, flash it in, attack. Yeah, it was really bad for us. Luckily, this gets better post-board. So we know 2 Thalias and a Saravenger. Because I have the block. Blocking's actually fine. Ooh. Just gonna concede. Flooded a little bit too, but I obviously didn't play that great that game. Dragonair seems good. Pardonmate seems good. Explosive seems good. I guess we can just cut the Thoughtseizes. Cut the discard. I definitely got caught off guard by this deck. Cut Scoos. I don't think Scoos is gonna be doing anything. Like, I didn't know what this deck did at all, and if I knew what the deck was doing, like if I could replay this game knowing this information, I would play this deck a lot more differently. Game 1 a lot more differently. I guess that's the advantage of playing a deck that is a brew, is you can catch your opponents off guard, and I feel like that happens to me a lot, where if I play against a brew, I don't really know what I'm up against, and it's kind of hard to evaluate, and I play a little bit more safer versus playing a little more riskier, I guess, because I really don't know what I'm playing against, and maybe that's why we're having success too, because like this deck is also a brew, like this isn't a tiered deck, and I'm glad it's not a tiered deck. Maybe that's why we're able to catch these do solos, because people really don't know how to combat our game plan, right? Like they're not expecting a Hex Drinker or or Lurrus, right? Like, so it works both ways. So hand's ass. Still keep this. I think I'm gonna bottom this Hex Drinker. It's not gonna really do anything in the early game, and I can just play this Triome and then Stoneforge Mystic and get out 2/2. Hope to get a land for this Plague Engineer, and then bobble them on their upkeep. Get a land. Okay. Wasn't great. That's not great information, but what we can do. Aether Vial, sure. It's usually, it can be more, right? When you play brews, it really tries to honest to God. See, right now, it still tries a lot of people when he's unplayed. Yeah, I can see that too, right? Like, you're not gonna expect like 3 life. Like, you think 3 life would be safe against a non-bolt deck, right? So it's just one of those things where like you just don't think to play around it, And I think that's the beauty of it. I'm just gonna get a Batter Skull. And that way I can hold up Batter Skull plus Fatal Push if they do anything funky. Hopefully they don't have a Thalia. Well, if they do have a Thalia, just... Ooh, Stoneforge Mystic yourself. Okay. I see you. Okay. Path is a great draw. I'm going to fetch now, because you don't want to hold up a fetch and then expect to be able to activate your Stoneforge Mystic, because it can just die in response. So just a heads up for that. I boarded out my Scoozes, so I think Gaulish Range is better. I'll just fade to push this guy. And Batter Skull in. I'm not going to have 6. So we have a good mid-game plan. We can Plague Engineer, play Batter Skull. Yeah, sure. Sure. That sucks. They had the perfect way to line, like their hand lines up perfectly. Because I guess... we do this. Unfortunate. So now if they flash in a 2-drop, they can just equip it. So now we're really screwed. So do we just play this Plague Engineer and name human, hope they have nothing? I think that's our only line here. I could also block Steak Batter, yeah. I think I might just have to do that this turn. I wish I had another land so that I can Plague Engineer this. That's fair. I think that's a fair line. Yeah. I think that's a... Oh my goodness. I think your line is better. I think you're right. Okay. You're right. Your line was definitely better. I think I just discard this Plague Engineer if this attacks. So we need a Liliana at this point. Like even like my Batterskull can't attack through this Vigilance, dude. Yeah, I'm definitely not playing this game optimally. And Bob Jackson, one, thank you for pointing out these plays that I should be doing better. I really appreciate it. They just kind of had like the perfect hand to kind of line up to us. That being said, like I could have blocked the creature, played a Batterskull, I could path and attack with it, but then they'd also have an Angel. So like we would still be kind of a bad spot. Houston has like Cali State's back in the day. Nice, that's awesome. What year was that? I'm assuming this is modern, right? Yeah. I'm gonna discard this Lurrus, play this Batterskull, and then that's cool. They're gonna like crack a P-land or a canyon with it. That makes sense. 2016. Those are the good old days. Yeah. I think I still have to just do this. I don't think we're winning this game. Because we can't attack through this. We already spent our actual path. We need them to draw nothing and then have a Liliana on top. Yeah. I only have one path in the deck, so we really need literal Liliana and they have nothing in hand. Like the next 2 draw steps, I think that's game. Darn. Darn. I just played like crap that Just played like crap that game. Trophy does, but then we'd take what 7, 9 damage, and then we just die in the air because we had the trophy, the equipment. We would still die to the creature. Just trophy wouldn't do anything. How's it going, Mr. Zaharakai? Mr. Mazema and Tomb. Hope you're having a good evening. Thanks for dropping by, as always. Get that Glorybringer emote out of here. I can't block the Sarah Avenger because that's flying. This hand's ass. Oh my goodness gracious. Hope you're playing big ring cards. I am not playing Maze Mine 2. I am sorry. Sword and... guess I bought on the basic. Opponent mulligan to 5 as well. Opponent mulligan to 4. Opponent mulligan to 3. Attacker, they block. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. That's also fair. You are very correct. I don't know if we'd still be able to win. I guess the battle skill would gain us life too. So I think you're right. You are 100% right. That was our out, but we did not draw that out, sadly. So opponent is on 3 cards, by the way. Just gonna throw out there. Our opponent is either on Tron or Dredge. What have you played against tonight? It was Bant, Soup, and that red-white Stoneforge deck. So we're against Tron. That sucks. I think I'm going to play this Goyf. And then just end the game quick. This Stoneforge Mystic isn't really going to do anything. So I think I just want to play this Liliana next turn, plus discard the Stoneforge Mystic if we don't... Ooh, they don't have a second land. That's good. That's good. Don't think it matters. I'm trying to figure out if I want to discard the Stoneforge Mystic or the Hex Drinker. And I think Stoneforge Mystic is just too slow, so I might just discard the Stoneforge Mystic. And the next turn I can play Hex Drinker. Yeah. I agree with you, Bob Jackson. Because this one just deals the most immediate damage. Thanks for discarding an artifact to opponents. Thank you. Opponent mulligan to 3. That's how we draw it up against Tron, right? We just need them to mulligan to 3. Oh no. They just have Natty Tron. That's so dumb. So hopefully they don't top deck anything. Planeswalker. Just got a Planeswalker. Oh no. They have Karn or something? Well, I guess they don't. Yeah, that's fine. Stirrings. Man. If they went on a mulligan to 3, that just feels so bad. How's it hanging in the slip? So them, I feel like they have payoff plus tower, obviously. So it's just a matter of, is it Wormcoil Engine or is it Karn? If it's Karn, it's not the end of the world. They have tower. They have Karn. Yeah, it's not the end of the world. It really is not the end of the world. Because we can... Because they actually have a tough choice here. This is a tough choice for them. Because if they don't answer this Liliana also, like, we can plus next turn, and then if they don't have another card, we just ultimate them. If they answer Liliana, we have 8 power on board. They answer the Hex Drinker. Sounds good to me. Threat. That feels bad. But we have to plus this Stoneforge, or plus this Liliana here. We can't not plus this. So I'm gonna do this and say no. Plus, hopefully it's a payoff. So that's one less payoff from the deck. Stirrings, okay. Okay. So I'm gonna split the two power plant, the power plant, and then everything else. So they need to both draw both power plant and payoff. So this glyph is on fire. It's exactly why you need to get TurboGlyphs. It's just the fastest, most efficient clock in this color. Right. So. Oh, our opponent picked the wrong pile. Opponent said, wait, how do piles work? What the hell? I did not choose that. I played some Azanade, but a very, very different style. What's the style? Oh, good, you got it either way. Sorry, opponent. Wait, how do piles work? With I did not choose that shit. Sorry, buddy. MTJ is not very intuitive. All good, you got it either way. And this is why Liliana is still good. She ultimates. Alrighty. Ashiox to prevent the searching. Fulminators. Galactic and Solid Pride Mage. And damage out. Get the Fatal Pushes out of there. Get the Scavenging Oozes out of there. Probably trim Sophie and Stoneforge Mystic. And then probably just trim X Drinker at this point. I think that's how I separate against Tron. Eldritch Evo Toolbox. I'm surprised you don't run Aether Vial in this deck. This screams Aether Vial to me, but I might be wrong. Cat is not. Well, I guess you have Eldritch Evolution, I guess, so you don't want to like. You want all your mana producing cards to be like dorks and stuff. That makes sense, I guess. Thalia with Witch Evolution seems kind of weird, but it's kind of cool. How did your deck do last god? Yeah, how are you doing with this deck? It's kind of sweet. And Offenza. Renegade Rallier is kind of cute. Like you get a bird, get a Renegade Rallier, and get the bird back as like the minimum. That's probably like the weakest Eldritch Evolution ever, but at least something. Burries, red decks, okay for Shadow. Things bad against Tron. Yeah. Well, that kind of makes sense. Like that kind of deck just looks like it'd be pretty weak to Tron, to be honest. Like, because you can't really support double black for Fulminator either, so that seems kind of rough. Do I keep this hand? V2's good. V2's not bad. I get 2 redraws for a Damping Sphere. And I have like discard as interaction. How's it going, Andrea? Long time no chat with you. Hope you're doing well. This is greedy as fuck, but I want to keep it. I want to keep this hand. Am I a fool for keeping this hand? Gotta be brave. Opponent also mold into 5. Greedy is healthy. I don't know if that's true, but opponent mold into 3. our opponent is just like not having the best luck, or is just mulling too aggressively here, and we're probably going to lose this game because we're going to have a threat. We're probably not going to draw a third land, or a second land even. So we'll see. Forest. Oh my god. Man, not even a Tron land? Mega yikes. Mega yikes. Come on, land. Come on, land. Land. I'm gonna bubble them. They have Ancient Stirrings. Okay. Hopefully they have something. Land. That's the worst possible draw. I guess we don't need the land right now, just because we know the context of their hand. Oh, they have Tron. Land. Hopefully they don't have Oblivion Stone. Okay. Land. Unfortunate mistake. Normally I would get Feast of Famine against this matchup, but I think Batterskull is where we need to be. Hopefully their only payoff they ever draw is Wurmcoil Engine, because we can answer Wurmcoil Engine, we can't answer anything else. End them quickly, yeah. Oh, they have the Blast Zone. Christ. Blast Zone. Yeah. So we don't even have a Fulminator as an option either. Well, we can trophy the Blast Zone. That's nice. This game is so insane. End them quickly. I'm trying my best. I have a Squire. Now they can just start hard casting stuff. Black Source, Liliana. I think we just need to pass a turn. I mean, they're at 6 mana, right? So, like, they can, we just need to play Batterskull because that's our quickest clock, and then we just need to hope they don't have a payoff, and we just draw another source for this Gaddock. Yep. Sanctum Illusion. Yep. Fetch land. We need this Gaddock to be online. Power plant. They could have Veil. They could have Veil. Wow. We really need a land on the top. That is not a basic swamp or a triome. A Gaddock Tea would be really clutch. Thank you. So now we can kind of lock them out too. Mine. Okay, so we can play this Gaddock Tea. Okay, that's a dead card. So all we need to do is dodge, essentially, Oblivion Stone. Oblivion Stone would be very bad for us. Wouldn't be game over, but it'd be very bad for us. No, no stone, no stone, no stone. That's fine. That's fine. I'll take that. Thank you, Path to Exile. Thank you. Okay. Yep. That's fine with me. I'll take that. Fulminator is not that great. Path this guy. One draw step. Come on. Come on. Come on, nothing. No stone. No stone, please. Oh. Thank you. We only need our opponent to mulligan to 3 to beat Tron. You know, it's just, you know, that's kind of how we drew it up, right? Oh my god. That was such a bad. That was so bad. But so good at the same time. Alrighty, I'm going to get some water and I will be right back. Fade it. They never made it. V24 wishing it. Just like rapping in my Twitch chat. That's awesome. Blue Siege Rhino. Oh, well, yeah. That's funny because that's actually my dog's favorite toy. Is this little like rhino thing. Oops. Just shifted my whole OBS thing. I think that looks okay. No, crap, I can't move it. Oh, it's because I locked it. I'm sorry. Yeah, so this is like her favorite toy of like all time. Like she brings it around everywhere. It's pretty funny. A dog of good taste. Very, very much so. She's actually like, I don't know if you can. Oh, there you go. There he is. Say hi. No, she's shy. She's a shy little girl. Thank you. Oh, come on. Say hi to the stream. She's the star of the stream, huh? I know. She's the star. Yeah. Fuck Tron, huh? Yeah. All right. She's gonna pilot the deck now. All right, Dolly. What do we take with this turn 1 discard spell, huh? Oh, we actually do have a discard spell. Okay, sweet. See, it's pretty good. Okay. She's gonna help us get us to victory. I hope so. Oh no. Unluckily, our opponent did not mulligan to 3 this game. Sad face. Cavern of Souls. We're against Eldrazi Tron. Okay. Or not. Okay. Oh, I need to look this up. I don't. Is each run with Rookle and Karn? That's interesting. Are we more likely to beat a Karn or a Wurmcoil Engine? I wish we were on the play. We could have taken that map, and this game would be so much more different. I think we take the Karn. And if we just draw path, we just like are just actually okay. And even if they just attack with a Wurmcoil tie, so we're like not too bad. Yep. Ah, fuck Tron. Fucking Tron. All these fatal pushes, man. All these fatal pushes. I mean, you have a Liliana off the top, that'd be pretty gas, but... So we can go to 2, and we're just gonna shit ton of life back because of this Batter Skull. They can also Blast Zone. I don't know what they would Blast Zone up to. I don't know what the correct number is. It's the Tron Parade for real. For real. So an untapped land would be pretty decent here. Because then we can just equip this Sword of Feast of Famine. No attacks. Scared? Oh, you're just protecting your Karn. Got it. I mean, maybe it would have been correct just to take the Wurmcoil Engine, but I don't think so. I feel like them tutoring up at bridge and we're kind of SOL, but I guess that means they don't. They just do this. Path. Path. Liliana. We have a shot. We have a shot. You just need to draw Stone Cold nothing. Draw nothing. Nothing. Just play your Cavern and pass the turn. Okay, that's what I like to see. That is what I like to see. So we know Cavern in their hand. Tarmogoyf. We're in an okay spot now. Not gonna lie. Theirs is mine. We know their hand. We know their hand. Sanctimonious. Oh my goodness. We're gonna get there. Oh my goodness. Good job, doll. Good job. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, good job, Dolly. Lux. Is it truly luck if it's consistent? Yes. Yes, Dolly. Fuck Tron. Fuck him. There you go. That's what we like to see. That is what we like to see. Sideboard the same. Exactly how we did last time. I actually don't really know if I want these Ash Shocks. I feel like they don't do anything. Like, maybe they're better on the play, but, like, shutting off a tutor doesn't really do anything. Because, like, our main game plan isn't really to, like, Stone Rain them. Especially on the draw, right? Like, that's exactly what we don't want to do. I feel like I see all these people boarding Ash Shock and it just doesn't do much. Like, I'd rather just have another threat, right? Just gonna do it. Fuck it. I guess I just have one. Just have one Ash Shock. Alright. She's like, I'm done. It's hot. Your lap is hot. I know, I'm sorry. Just one Ash Shock. I don't think I want two. Because like, you're really only doing it for the static ability, and it's like, is the static ability really worth it at 3 mana? Like on 2 mana it makes sense, but not 3. I guess it shuts off like map and scrying, like late game, like mid to late game stuff. But it's like, I don't know, I just feel like it's not worth it. Home moment 6. This hand's a keep. Hopefully we can draw a threat. Discard would be nice as a top deck. Discard would be nice as a top deck. Discard. Another Damping Sphere. Okay. Not bad. Not bad considering our opponent has Blast Zone and Wilt potentially. Splash Shock, Splash Rock, got Teak for the lock. Sphere to I like it. I like it. Karn Liberated in the hand. Okay. So I feel like in this situation, like Ashok just doesn't do anything. Like I think I actively just don't like Ashok in this matchup. Hopefully we draw a third land. And then we can get this little Leon on board. I don't want to play the second sphere because they don't have any green mana for Wilt. And I don't want to get like Blast Zone to Oblivion. I can just pass the turn. Yep. Hopefully they get like, I don't know. Yeah, I do. It's kind of an inside joke with me and my buddies where like I just can for some reason never draw a third land. Like I'll play Gruul. Like when I played Ponza for the longest time, I literally had more lands than any other Ponza player. I think I had like 21. And I never drew my third land. And all these Ponza players are playing 20 or like even 19. I'm just like, how the hell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is very annoying. Drawing the worst cards in the deck. 2 equipment. No creatures. Oh well. Just gotta pack it up. Move to game 3. Move to game 3. Move to game 3. Better hand, please. That's pretty trash. It's pretty decent. Pretty decent. Opponent also mull into 6. Hopefully they mull into 5. Just bottom the land. Like, does our life total matter? Not too much. Till it does. So like, yeah, I think it's just bottom the basic force. Mull into 5. Mull into 5. Yes, opponent mull into 5. Come on, keep going. Go to 4. Go to 3. Come on, just be like every Tron player we played today. Just keep mulliganing. It's fine. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Do you have a Natty Tron? That's what you're gonna do. That's pretty ass. I'm gonna take the star. Don't have a payoff on the hand, please. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Kasali Pride Mage. Sure. Get a Gala Shrine. And get Stoneforge Mystic. I'll get a sword this time. Sure. We have 2 out of 3 cards. It's like, do we want to Thoughtseize or do we want to just play the Sectrigger? And I think I want to just play the Sectrigger. If they just have Karn in hand or Wurmcoil, well, that sucks, but like, I think we have to get a little lucky here in this position where they just have Nautratron already. Sweet. So that means they have nothing in hand. So that line paid off for us. Hopefully they don't have another payoff here. Sweet. Okay. Let's use here. Okay. Are we gonna be in that same spot again? Guess we equip this Hex Drinker. Play as a land. Hopefully they just have nothing again. Nothing. Nothing. Please, nothing. Nothing in hand. Tower. Alright. Gaddock Teague. My man. The Control Freak. Thank you for the raid. Wow, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Abzan, hell yeah. So they have land. So I'm trying to figure out if it's worth playing this Teague, right? So like, what are we scared of? If we get Karned, it's like whatever. Wagner MTG, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. So I feel like the knee-jerk reaction would be to just play this Gaddock Teague, right? Because it's, I guess we don't want to get Karned. We don't want to get Ugined. Karn the big creator. If it's baby Karn, we don't care. I guess we do care because they could just minus on the Hex Drinker and we'd be 1 point short. Because if they do get Karn, if they do baby Karn, we have Solid Primates for Ensnaring Bridge. We have, they can get Walking Ballista, but that's fine because we just level up our Hex Drinker all the way. I am Redis. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. The Control Freak, you are awesome. Thank you for the raid. I really, really appreciate it. So it's, oh, hold on, give me a second. Is this, let me, give me a second. Never mind. So, because if they have Oblivion Stone, that's really bad, right? But at least we can play Gaddock Teague and kind of rebuild. But then Gaddock Teague is also just a 3-turn clock if we do get Oblivion Stoned. So maybe we just play this Teague out and don't think too much about it. Because like the only line we wouldn't want to play a Teague is if they top deck exactly Oblivion Stone. So are we? If they Oblivion Stone us, then we're just in top deck mode and we're probably pretty screwed. Thank you. Hope your stream went well too. Really appreciate it. So it's like, let's look at it. So it's like if it's Wormcoil, Hex Drinker wins the game anyway. If it's Karn, it's annoying. We don't have lethal, so like technically Karn, we should play the Teague. If it's Oblivion Stone, we should hold the Teague. If it's Ugin, we should play the Gaddock Teague. So I think there's more reason to play the Gaddock Teague than not. And then I'm gonna level up this Hex Drinker just once. So it goes up to 7, because if I level up to 8, the equipment also falls off, because that's protection from everything. So I think I'm just going to play like this, cross the fingers, hopefully I don't have literal Oblivion Stone, and we win the game. Oh! Thank you! My heart skipped the beat just a quick second, and I definitely did panic a little bit. We beat Tron twice this league. How is this possible? We beat Tron twice in the same league. How is this? Oh my god. Hex Drinker. So good. Um, that's always feels good being Tron. And you know what feels good being Tron? Being Tron twice. 2-0 versus Tron, yeah, baby. Oh man, get that 4-14. I was like 4-14. That's a low bar, buddy. So for those who just tuned in, I know some people already follow me already, but if you guys want to support the stream, you guys could follow me on Twitch, and then if you guys want more up-to-date streams on my end, you guys can follow me on Twitter. It's KODiamonds22 at the end of it. And then I have a lot more Abzan content on my YouTube stream, my YouTube channel. If you go to youtube.com/KODiamonds, you'll find more content there. So this is kind of tough because we're on the play, so which is a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because it's difficult to navigate our turn. If they're on like burn or something where we want to play this fatal push, ideally we would want a blooming marsh and play the bauble. Dolly. So then, but then the thing about it is like that pretty much nullifies our scry ability, which is kind of important in our deck. And if we're against a discard deck, playing this bauble immediately hurts us. So I think it's worth just baubling them. I think the odds of a discard hand versus playing against a discard deck versus getting the scry out of it is kind of... I think I'd rather just hedge and just get the most out of our information than be able to play our game as most efficient as possible, right? So I'm going to play this bauble and I'm going to target them. Seasoned Pyromancer. So it could either be Jund, which we totally get screwed, or it could be Gruul. So I'm gonna kind of hedge on it and play this fatal and hope to fatal push an Arbor Elf on turn 1. And I'm just gonna pass. If it's Jund, then we get super punished for doing this if they have a turn 1 discard spell. But I feel like if the turn 1 discard spell, they're just gonna play this, take this Liliana one away. Okay, we're not against Jund. I mean, we're not against Panza. Good to know. Good to know. So here, I'm gonna get this, probably the Stoneforge Mystic online. I get Temple Garden. Could be red fetch for Stomping Ground. Could be. You're not wrong. Yeah, I think we want the Stoneforge Mystic online. And then we can go hold up Stoneforge and have a removal spell in hand. You know what card would be really fun with Stoneforge? Just Elbrus. Elbrus would be sweet. I've always wanted to activate that card in Limited, but never was the case. Never lucky. Sure. I feel so I'm kind of I don't know if this is like a pet peeve, but I really hate it when people push or bolt my Stoneforge Mystic before it resolves, because that just gives me all the information in the world, and I just like I feel like maybe I'm like, oh, I want to get this Battle Skull, and it's like, well, this Battle Skull is useless now because I can't flash it in. I don't have the mana for it, so I'm going to get a sword. So I feel like them just preemptively pushing the Stoneforge Mystic is kind of bad. And if we are against Jund, them pushing our Stoneforge Mystic is pretty good for us, because then there's just one less push in the deck that actually kills this Tarmogoyf. So like if they have all these bolts, like sure, like this Tarmogoyf's fine. If they have Liliana, that's pretty bad. That's awful. That's fine. Good thing I have a backup Liliana. Nurturing Peatland. So we could do a Lily battle here, but I think I'd rather just play this Goyf and try to threaten their Liliana. And if they plus, I'll probably just pitch the path. Sure. Oh my god. That's rather annoying. I guess at this point we just have to pitch the sword, because we're going to have the Liliana anyway, which is kind of unfortunate. And we're going to push this Bloodbraid off. I'll put Elber, somebody has Stoneforge specific back when Elder was thing. That's kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie. I think at this point I'm just gonna plus and discard the land. I guess it doesn't matter, because they're gonna pitch first and then probably play Season Pyromancer. I don't think they would play Season Pyromancer first and then plus. That just seems like bad sequencing. So they discard the Season Pyromancer. Interesting. Okay. So they have 3 cards and a Season Pyre in the graveyard, and we have nothing, but we have a P land. Yeah, sure. Them discarding is good for us. Ah, oh, Bloodbraid. Sure. Inquisition. Thoughtseize me. That's actually fine. They already have a Liliana in play. Like, that's kind of whatever. It breaks even here. I mean, if they want to discard their card in hand and they just go up to 4 Liliana, I don't know if it's worth it. I don't think it is. Sure. It's hard to know which one they kept. Like, it doesn't really matter if they're not going to activate it. I guess it doesn't hurt to just have the free Liliana, and then you can kind of see. I don't think it really matters. Interesting. So if we draw Lurrus, we're actually in a good spot, because we can Lurrus, bring back a Tarmogoyf. Liliana is also a good draw. Choose a Liliana to keep. I want to keep them with a higher loyalty. So now we just all of a sudden we're down 3 cards, and all of a sudden we're just even. But they do have Season Pyromancer in gear, so if they have a land on the top, it's actually pretty good for them. Yep. Yep. I still think it's worth cracking this P land, just so we can draw like Trophy or not. I guess it's free just to do this, because they're gonna have to attack this down anyway. Like, I'm gonna discard this Liliana anyway, so I think it's worth trading the. I don't see a downside to just plussing, because they're gonna plus anyway. Mega yikes. So if we draw a trophy, we're okay. They need a plus. Ugh, another Season Pyromancer. This Jund matchup is actually pretty horrid, just because of Season Pyromancer and Ren and 6. Speak of the devil. Nope. We had a spot where we're okay, but I think the window is closed now. Like, if we drew this to stop them from bringing the tokens back, I think we might have been okay. We still need to deal with the Liliana, but I think the window is closed from us coming back. Yeah, I'm just gonna concede. Oh, Jund. Good old Jund. Kaisgao seems gas. Veiled Summer seems deuce. It's like, do I want these Plague Engineers just for Spyro tokens? It's like kind of awful, but Spells it seems okay. Just to deal with walkers. It's like a convention to like just remove all the discard spells. But I feel like I want to keep some number just because we need a way to answer these planeswalkers. But like, I feel like we need to just get under them. Maybe we just need to discard them or just cut them post board. And then I guess you're just cutting Hexdrinker. It's like 2016. I am a 2016 Abzan player, so yeah, I can see that too. But it's like I also don't know what else is. Like I like everything that's in my deck, right? Like I like the 4 Stoneforges. I like, unless I just don't want Stoneforge at all, and I think that's wrong. I feel like that doesn't seem great because it's just inherent card advantage there. I feel like the removal and Legendary Explosives is better. I feel like Spellbomb is fine. Maybe Spellbomb is bad, but like I think Spellbomb's okay against like Kroxa, Seasoned Pyromancer. Like the cards that I'm boarding in, I feel like is just better than discard. I feel like if I didn't have these X number of cyber cards, maybe like I'd probably keep the discarding. But like these cards that I'm boarding in are just, I would argue they're just better, right? So, like I'd rather have Veil, I'd rather have Kaisgao. They're both great. I like the Yard Hate. I like the Plague Engineers. I don't know why. I don't know what. Like it's obviously worse. It's I guess makes the list a little more clunkier, but like I think it's just I don't know. I feel like I just like this configuration better. I feel like the discard spells are just like the 61st and through the 66th worst card post board. Sure. Why not? So I'm gonna bubble at the end of my turn, or end of my opponent's turn. I can also just wait on the bubble too. I don't have to crack it. Hexdrinker. Sure, I'll draw Hexdrinker. That's what I wanted to get Ren 6 though. I'm also light on removal. If I have a Goyf, we're kind of screwed. I think Hexdrinker's fine though. Don't have a Fatal Push. This Hexdrinker also insulates us against Liliana if they don't have a Fatal Push to kill our Goyf too. I guess that's not true because then you just push the Hexdrinker and then Liliana us, but always have the push, huh? Always have the push. It's pretty good. This also insulates us against Liliana, which is nice. Now, that's the beauty about this Hexdrinker too, is like it allows us to like double threat efficiently. Like we're just so low to the ground, and then like we don't lose any late game equity with Hexdrinker. Like Hexdrinker is also great late game. Stoneforge Mystic. what is in their hand? But they just took 2 from the Hex Trigger. I got a sword. I'll just level this up twice after. I'll pass the turn. That's fine. They took the 2, which is fine. Oh, double bolt. Okay. Well, now we're not enslaved to Liliana anymore, because they just had all their removal spells, which is good for them, but... Okay. Don't want to get Liliana. Just gonna do this. Name Elemental. And if they have another bolt for it, they have another bolt for it. If they have a Liliana, I really hope we have a land on top, untapped. So then we can sword equip this and just lethal. Sure. Land. Well, if we get Liliana, that sucks. I think it's worth the tempo to just get both swords equipped on our Plague Engineer. Oops. Luckily, Colgun's command doesn't even stop this either. Ugh. Stop. Oh my god. You can't even play this on 3 either. That's awful. We could preemptively play this on 0. Just to stop elemental tokens, but they're so far from it. Maybe we just let them plus, and then we play engineer explosives. So we can let them plus, and we can discard this Blooming Marsh. I think that might just be the better play. And then if they have like Goyf or Skoos or whatever, then we can just try to 2-for on them that way. Hopefully they play they get a land and then they play Tarmogoyf and we just kill their 2 drops. Yep. And I feel like the value of them not knowing I have engineer explosives is more valuable than keeping this Blooming Marsh. Yeah. So we could Lurrus, bring back Tarmogoyf back. Kinda like that. We're kind of insulated versus removal here. I could also see Stoneforge Mystic getting that Batter Skull, but it's fine. And I could see them minusing Liliana here. Blood right off. I'll take that. So they have to minus us, I guess. Yep. So maybe I should have gone Stoneforge Mystic instead of Tarmogoyf. I kind of wanted something that didn't die to a bolt, though. Veil of Summer. That's very awkward. Hopefully they have a discard spell and we can just cash in this Veil. Probably not. Go to 4. All these swords. Maybe it's correct to get Stoneforge Mystic back and get Batter Skull. Maybe that was the correct line instead of just getting back Tarmogoyf. I guess I was just scared of all the bolts, which they did have, but they bolted the Lurrus correctly. But then they have to have another bolt. Oh well. Oh well. It is what it is. 3-2, still good. Beat Tron twice, so it's not like this league went too bad. So happy with that. But yeah, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. The Control Freak, I really appreciate you for the raid. That's awesome. I am very, very thankful. I hope everyone enjoyed the content. Hope you guys enjoyed the Tron beating right when you guys tuned in. Hopefully me getting my ass kicked against Jund wasn't too demoralizing. But it is what it is. I'll take these kind of leaks. Going through too bad when you're just kind of testing these things out. So I'm going to spread the love. I'm going to try to find someone to raid here. Trying to find someone that's playing modern that has that many viewers here, so we can kind of spend the love. Oh, my boy, one lemon, one lime. My man, the myth, the legend, playing Jund. The deck I just lost to. We're gonna raid this guy. How's it going, John? But yeah, I know. So if you guys want to support the channel, you guys can follow me on Twitch, and then you guys can follow me on Twitter for up-to-date streams. I generally stream on Tuesday evenings, like today, and then either Saturday or Sunday evening, whichever day kind of works better for my schedule. So one of the weekend nights, and then Tuesday evening. That's kind of my schedule. I've been kind of trying to iron out, and I think I've been consistent with that. But other than that, you guys can follow me on Twitter to get the up-to-date streams. You guys can look at my old YouTube content, youtube.com/KODiamonds, and then you guys can follow me on Twitter and follow me on Twitch. That'd be great. Other than that, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Let's raid my boy. One lemon, one lime, playing Jund. Alright guys, take it easy, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.